Hello and welcome to the Angus Report. I'm Jena McRell. Today we're focusing on an industry-wide effort to understand and increase beef demand, the National Beef Quality Audit. And joining me now in the studio is Josh White, Executive Director of Producer Education for the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. Welcome to the show, Josh.
Thanks for having me, Jen.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this year marks the 25th anniversary of the National Beef Quality Audit, and it's a comprehensive look at all areas of the beef chain. Can you start us off by really giving us an overview and history that goes into this project?
Sure. Well, it's an amazing project, and what's even more amazing, I think, is that some of the same players have been involved from the very beginning. It's rare to see a project like this that happens every 5 years or so that continues to bring a lot of the same researchers and some of the same experts back together to get the work done. A lot of the same collaborators, of course, at the packing industry level when we go in plants, and NCBA is really proud to be the contractor to the beef checkoff that has led this project from the beginning and continues to try to add value to the industry through that. As far as the history, it really is foundational to the beef quality assurance program. The National Quality Audit has its roots in those early foundations of BQA, because BQA was founded to try to figure out how to overcome some quality challenges from the production side that we were seeing in the packing industry. And really the quality audit just took it a step further to say, all right, we're recognizing some issues, but we haven't even really looked that hard at the industry and said, okay, what are other challenges to producing a great product for our consumer that we could go after and really improve our profitability, our efficiency, and the end product. The concept and philosophy behind it really goes back to W. Edward Demings, who was an economist and a consultant to many industries such as the auto industry, where he was looking at total quality management and how to remove obstacles in producing a great product. And that's really the roots of a lot of the philosophy behind the quality audit. It's been a great process for the industry because you have to go look for those problem areas if you're going to solve them.
So give us an overview of that process and how in-depth the research goes and what types of audiences are involved within that.
Yeah, well, it involves quite a few collaborative relationships with several universities, and you'll hear from one of our researchers today. But Texas A&M, Colorado State, and Oklahoma State are key principal investigators for us, and then they reach out even beyond that. But the first phase involves reaching out to the full supply chain in a face-to-face interview process where we try to understand quality challenges and some strengths of the industry that are perceived by the packing industry, retail, food service, further processors, and then we even go into government agencies that help monitor our beef quality and safety, and also NGOs such as trade associations that are involved in the beef industry and retail food service. So we try to get a full scope of where the industry is at, perspective from the perspective of our key customers for beef. And then phase two gets us in the plants. And so we evaluate some transportation of the cattle to processing plants. We evaluate the live side, some of the characteristics of the cattle coming in, including mobility, which is new this year. And then we go into the plant and then into the cooler, all the way through the process to try to evaluate defects, challenges to quality, and how we're doing on quality grade, yield grade, and some of those key carcass characteristics.
And so how does the research that's gathered through the process really benefit and drive that progress when it comes to quality for our industry?
Well, the final phase is that strategy session that brings all the folks back together that were involved in face-to-face interviews, or representatives from each of the members of the supply chain, including producers, members of our Beef Quality Assurance Advisory Board sit in on that, and all get together and brainstorm, how can we take all the information that we've seen through the phase one and phase two and really capture some key concepts that can drive the industry forward for the next 5 years. As far as just historically, I think that's really important that we started measuring in '91 some key attributes. And if you don't measure it, you can't improve it. You can't really manage it. So that's been a philosophy as well, is let's measure as much as we can. Let's go after those defects and then try to figure out ways to manage out of those.
And the results of the 2016 National Beef Quality Audit were just recently released at the NCBA summer meeting. And when we return from commercial, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the details of the latest report with Dr. Keith Belk of Colorado State University. We'll be right back after this.